Hello and good morning, my friends. Welcome back. Belinda here from Visualized NZ. I'm carrying on with the project that I started in yesterday's video, and that's working with the beautiful vintage Christmas digital kit from Creating with Jovi. And I made these little booklets. So this is the one that I made on camera. I made the base of this one, but this one I got decorated up and I got the pockets in on camera. This one that I made the base of, I went ahead and decorated it. This is a fussy cut from the kit. This is a bit of text out of the book that I took this image from. And then I added in different pockets on this one. I put a side pocket there and a side pocket there. And then this one that was my prototype I did before I recorded my video yesterday. I decorated it up with a bit from that little Christmas book and added pockets in. So I've got a tall side pocket on this side, and on this side I've got a bottom pocket here. So the plan for today's video is to fill those pockets so that these are complete and ready to use. Now it's been a morning. Like, I was wanting more Christmas options to pull from. I discovered I don't have a lot of Christmas books. So next time I go to a book sale or am looking for books, I'm going to be looking out for Christmas ones. I did find two other options. I don't know whether they're going to be right. They might be too big, the images. But I also came across a box of little bits and pieces. Some bits cut out from cards, Christmas cards. And this is a newsletter that I used to belong to. Now it's got all scrunched. So I'm just going to cut off the worst of the scrunchy bit and bin that, because you know I'm not going to fight with it, and I'll just keep this cute little bit. And there's a little cat in the Christmas stocking. So that's out of an old magazine that I had, that I took little Christmassy bits from. So they, I think, will be a great size for this, for decorating up the ephemera. Now I've got all the printables here from the kit. So there are some like postcard and journal card bits in here. I'm going to grab those out and let's start there. So hopefully they will fit. If they don't, well, we'll just have to be creative. Now this one I think I'll do tags for. So a tag that will have like the tag top sticking out here and here. I think that's what I'll do with that. So I'll pop that one aside. And we're just looking for journal card type things right now. So that's going to be a bit long. That's going to be a bit long. That could be cute. That's really sweet, isn't it? That one might be okay. Let's just cut it out and start having a play. I hope you're all well today, my friends. As I said, I've had a bit of a morning. I was hunting for stuff for this project and, you know, found what bits I could. In the process, I just did a little bit in my studio. It is such a mess. And emptied one bag, so that was quite satisfying. I got one bag dealt with in the process of looking for bits and pieces. And then I came back out and it was like, right, I've got my stuff, I'm ready to do my video. And it's like, these little booklets, where have I put them? So I had a big pile of stuff that had come off my desk, so I went through that, and I've now got piles all over the floor, because as I was looking, I sorted it. So I've still got the piles to deal with, but at least they're in piles. So scrapbook paper, harvestings from magazines and bits and pieces, digital printables, and, you know, just kind of put them all into piles to deal with later. Now that is the right length, but it's just a little bit short, I feel. It could go in one of these though. What about one of these? Would this one fit? I think this one will be better in that pocket. And I still couldn't find them after going through the big pile and sectioning it all out, and all my personal journaling stuff in one pile, and you know the deal. So at least when I've finished this video, it'll be easier to deal with that because I can file the scrapbook paper away and get it off my desk and all that sort of stuff. And so I was like, where on earth have I put these little booklets? So I sat down and I was like, just take a moment, take a breath, have a little scan round, thinking about where you might have put them. And I looked down and I had actually put them away where they belonged. I couldn't find them because I'd actually put them where they belonged. Does that give you any idea of the craziness that's going on around my desk? Like, I had actually put them away and it was the last place I looked. I find that very, very sad, but also quite funny. Like, seriously, woman, you need to get a handle on this because it's not good, and I'm finding it very, very frustrating. Now, I might back that as well, I think. Very frustrating to work because I'm spending so much time looking for stuff. Like, that's just bonkers. It shouldn't be like that. I need to be better. Is that going to be wide enough? It's not. No. Yeah, so no, that's a bit too scrappy. I don't think any of these bits I'm pulling out are going to do the trick. So let's grab a bigger bit. Oh, here we go. There we go. That'll do. That will work. I guess part of the problem is just how busy I've been recently, and I haven't taken the time to put things away. But it really does come back and bite me by wasted time and frustration in trying to work and not having room to work and not being able to find what I want, when I want, because I wanted to finish up my October journal, my personal journal this morning. I couldn't find my date numbers, and I knew I had seen them like in the last day or two. I went through the pile that was on my desk, couldn't find them. So in the end, I just put it aside and thought, I just haven't got time to worry about it right now. And then when I was going through the pile again looking for these booklets, there they were. Like I'd been through that pile twice looking for the numbers. Oh, goodness. I hope I'm not the only one who just gets into these periods of just extreme chaos. And having been away and travelled and stuff, I just feel it's got worse because I've had even less time to kind of, you know, take 10-20 minutes just to reorganise everything, get everything sorted. Because honestly, if you keep on top of it, that's often, you know, sometimes even just 5 minutes if you are really on top of it. But no, I was at least a month behind in my sorting and taking care of mess. And today it came to a crunch. Yep. So anyway, let's move on because it is what it is and I just need to deal with it. Deal with the issue and it'll be all good again until next time, because I'm sure there will be a next time. I think I might round the corners on this, but that glue is quite wet yet, so let's have a look at it's a cute little sweet gingerbread house. If I keep the decoration to a minimum, then this is actually writable, so you could write a date or a title or a little memory or something. So I'm just going to attempt to give this a square cut, as straight as possible, and that's not going to work because I have text here. So okay, change of plan, change of direction. Let's give it a loose cut around this sweet little gingerbread house. So cute. I've never ever made a gingerbread house. Have you made a gingerbread house? Do you do one regularly, or have you like ever done one or never done one like me? I've just never ever made one. it does appeal. I think it would be fun. Now this is very white, and this is very vintagey, so I'm going to just tone it down a bit. And this is shiny paper, so I don't know whether the ink is going to stay in place, but we can only but try. And then I'll give it a darker edge, and I'm going to end up with inky fingers. I know this. Actually, it seems to be okay. Right. Yeah, so one day I should aim to do a gingerbread house, because I think it sounds like fun. There is the what do you do with it afterwards though, because we don't typically have a lot of sugar or lollies. So like make it, and then what do you do with it? Eat it? Well, it's not so great for us to be eating it. But still, I'm sure I could find someone to donate it to. But then it's like, would I want to do that? Because, you know, you go into all the effort of making it and it looks really pretty and it was fun and good memories. And then it's like, do I actually want to part with it once I've done that? Or do people actually eat them, or do they just do them as a decoration and then throw them out because once they've been sitting around a while, they're not good for eating? I mean, maybe that's exactly the case. I don't know. Fill me in, guys. Tell me what the deal is with gingerbread houses. Are you actually supposed to eat them or not eat them? Because I have no clue whatsoever. I think they tend to be like a northern hemisphere thing too, because, you know, our Christmas is summer. So the whole idea of snow, you know, icing snow dripping down the eaves and that kind of thing is not a very Kiwi thing or a southern hemisphere thing. And that's possibly why I've never made one. Yeah, interesting. Right, I also, in my travels, came across this little pad of papers. So there's lots of this green gingham style, or gingham plaid, something. And then there's these little Merry Christmas ones. Now, it's shiny, once again, but I also don't like that it's got an X for Merry Christmas. But we can deal with it. It's just I think I can just get there's little squiggles, little squiggle dashes in between each line, and I'm thinking, do I want those in, or do I just want the words? So I think I can get the squiggles in, and I just want one of them, one of the sentiments, the Merry Christmas. Okay, that's only part of the one, so and the inking seemed to work okay on our white picture down there, so let's add a bit. And I'm also going to just ink up the front because it's very bright red, and I feel like it's too bright for this, so I'm just going to tone it down a little bit. It just tones it down just the slightest. Do I want it up the top there? Do I want it? Yep, I think I do. It's that balance thing of doing opposite diagonal. Right, there we go. So we've still got writing space, and we've got writing space on the back. And oh yes, I did ink the back. So pop that in there for a wee journal card. Do I want something here? We do have a little stamp, Christmas stamp in the kit. That's quite cute. Let's pop that on there. I can't believe how close we are to Christmas. I'm filming this on the 1st of November. And time is just whooshing on by. It really is. Need to be starting to think about Christmas presents and Christmas plans and where Christmas is going to be this year, which family members going to host, and you know, all that jazz. There's really only two options for the hosting, because we've got nowhere to eat. We haven't got a dining table or anything. My brother's place, who also lives in the same town as me, we won't be having it there. It's been a while since we've had it there. And so that leaves my mum and my other brother. And mum is of an age, you know, she turns 80 this Saturday on the 4th, where she doesn't need to be running around making sure everything's done and catering for a whole bunch of people. Like, that's a big ask, and it's very tiring, and she has back issues, so we can have it there, but we would need to, you know, bring the food and stuff, because otherwise it's just too much for my mum and not fair. And so the other option, my brother's, is where we quite often end up having it over the last several years, and it's the furthest place away, so there is travel involved. Not too bad, like it's about an hour and a half-ish from where I live. How about we actually put that the right way around so we can find it. Do we want a word or something? I'm not sure if I've got any more words that I can use in this wee book without cutting into images. I mean, we've got this, but I think the rest of them tend to be on the back of an image. These are a bit tall. That one might work. Would that one work in here? It might, you know. Let's take that one out because it's so cute. It is actually glued in there too. I'm a bit all over the place. I'm kind of like started on one and now I'm looking at the other one. Just want to get this out without ripping it or damaging it in any way, because it would be a shame. This book is actually older than I thought it was. I had a look yesterday after the video and I thought it was like maybe 90s, something like that. It's actually 1966, I think. 66 or 67. I was like, wow, that's a whole heap older than I thought it was. Oh, that's so cute too. So jumping around a bit here, but just as I am inspired. Oops. And this lovely thick paper too, thick creamy paper. Now would that fit? I think it would fit in that side pocket. So let's just go with it. I know I've completely jumped. That's okay. I want hopefully to get all of them done, so might as well strike while the iron's hot, as they say. Yep, I think that's going to work really nicely. Some really nice strips for stamping on in that creamy colour. Let's just check the height of that. Oh, perfect height. Yes, lovely. And we've got this Christmas as a time of giving on the back, so I think that's, apart from inking, think that's all I'm going to do to this little piece. I don't mind about little ragginess. I think that's, whoops, left the lid off my glue. Let's just take care of that. And let's ink around here. I'm going to leave it square, I think. Not going to round the corners on this one. I just think it'll make a really lovely piece of ephemera just like that. And I feel like it's thick enough paper it can hold up on its own, and that means we get to keep the text on the back, which makes me happy. And that can just go in there. So sweet. Okay, probably want to pop something on here. Do we want to use one of these little decorated lampposts? I think that looks really, really sweet. Again, it's a bit bright. Do I want to do the vintage photo again? I'm going to turn it over because I can use the lines of text to try and cut straight, and I can see the image on the other side. So that's a straight edge. So I'm just very riskily eyeballing this. And that edge needs to come in a bit. Yep, I like that, but I do want to vintage photo it. Just very lightly, not as heavy as I did the other one, because I think I went a little bit heavy on the other one, which is okay. But I also think I want something behind it. So we'll ink this up and then we'll have a look what we might like to pop in the back. Just doing the layering. Sponge crumbs everywhere, and I think one of the papers from the kit should work really nicely. Just looking at the colours I've got. Oops, fighting for space again. All those dots are quite nice. There's bigger dots there. Well, there's this very retro design here that could be quite fun. But I think I'm tending towards the dots. I think the dots have won. Or there's this little snippet I have left over. Do we want the green instead? No, the reds are too different. I think I prefer the dots still. Okay. Let's just tear off that white. Try and give myself a little bit of working room here. Oh, I don't know, it's a struggle at the moment, people. It really is. Even with my desk cleared off and just with what I'm working, you know, the things I've got out to work with today, I just feel like I'm squished. I haven't got room for everything. Maybe I need to put a little side table beside me, you know, just while I'm filming, and have it there to sit things so I can grab them. And the problem with that is that it would be in my way and I wouldn't be able to get out, move away from my desk without, you know, it would completely block my access to get out of the desk. So it would have to be something I could easily shift. I do have a little wooden fold-up table. It's just a little, almost like a tea table, but it's, it sits high enough that when you're sitting on a couch or a chair or whatever, that your cup is right at hand. So actually that might be a good solution. I should give it a go and see, how it works for me, or whether it works. And I wasn't concentrating, so I mucked up that tier. There we go. Got it. Right. Just a few dots in behind. Just a bit of fun. Let's try and get it straight. I'm not sure that I actually cut my image straight, so I'm gonna use my mat to do the backing. Right, give this some ink as well. So I know for a lot of you it will seem like this is really early to be working on Christmas. I kind of feel like that too, but in reality, like, Christmas is next month. There's no time at all. It's probably a little wider than what I was aiming for, but that's okay. I'm just going to go with it. Right, let's glue her on. So yeah, November, incredible, crazy, and all those things. Hopefully by the time Christmas comes around, I'll actually be organised, because I am starting now. And a very exciting month ahead, very busy month ahead. Just life and events and things happening on YouTube, and so stay tuned for exciting things to come. And then we'll be heading into December, and I'm sure December will be equally as exciting, with lots going on, and there'll be lots of, the usual social things that come in December. Work do's, and I thought for a minute I'd left my lid off too long and it had clogged, but we're good. Work do's, and getting together with people. And so last year my husband and I loosely talked about having a Visualised NZ function. I am Visualised NZ, so it's a function for one, and then if usual function is with partners, so add in my husband and it's a function for two. And we were sort of loosely joking about it last year, about, we should have a function for Visualised, because sometimes it can feel like there's nothing special for my business, like I just work, I work, and there's, everybody else is having fun things and I just work. And so maybe this year I'll actually plan on that, and plan to do something as a little fun thing for hubby and I, to mark the amazing progress that has happened in YouTube and Instagram and my Etsy shop and all that this year. It has been a very, very big year. I think I want a label or something there, but I'll wait and see what I can find. Okay, this pocket, I might as well just keep going in here. Right, back to these. That tree could be fun in there. Or this one. Maybe this one, it's slightly wider. What was I was going to say something. What was I going to say? Sidetrack myself. Hum. I don't know. It's flowing. It's flowing the coop. My brain has officially left the building. Oh yeah, I feel like I'm in crazy land. But it's good. If I remember what I was going to say. I will go ahead and say it because I think it was, I don't know, interesting, helpful, pass. Maybe it was a load of rubbish. I don't know. Oh yeah, just call me crazy. It's crazy time. Yes, that does fit in there. Right, so let's back this one as well. Is that scrap? Yes, that scrap is going to be just fine. Yay, yay. Using up scraps is great. Oops, I just glued my fingernail. Got too close to my finger and smeared glue across the top of my fingernail. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say it has been a very big year for me. You know, of course I had surgery, which will be 5 months ago tomorrow. So when tomorrow rolls around, or when the day you actually see this video, will be 5 months since my surgery. Total recovery is 6 months, so we're getting there. So there was that, but there's also been like I'm now on 4 design teams. So I think at the end of last year I was on 1. I think I was only on 1 at the end of last year, and this year I picked up another 3, so I'm on 4 design teams. I've had huge growth in my channel. I'm still not at 1,000 subscribers, but getting close, which is really exciting for me. My Etsy has seen more traffic. I started a newsletter, a monthly newsletter. So, you know, because I don't have enough to do, so I started a newsletter. But it's cool. I like it. And I've done up the one for November, and it's, by the time you see this video, it will probably already be sent out. But I will do another mail out in the middle of the month. So if you are not subscribed to my newsletter and you would like to, go down to the description box and sign up, and I'll send out a second mailing, so you can still get the freebie for the month. You can still get the discount code for this month. I was doing it every time I got a batch of, or even an individual subscriber, I was doing a new mail out, but that quickly became ridiculous. Like this corner rounder when the glue's still wet. Because for every one that you do, you've got to create a new version of the newsletter, and like that's just like, you just copy it, but you've got to retitle it, and you've got to make sure it's only going out to that new subscriber or subscribers and not everybody. And it's just like, no, I think I'm just going to do a beginning of the month and then a mid-month one to catch any new subscribers. And then if you sign up after that, then you'll just get the next month's newsletter. So if you sign up before, let's say, the 15th of November, then you will get the current newsletter with all its benefits. Don't know, I'm not overly fond of this particular corner rounder. Just, I don't know whether it's dull or it's probably dull. Probably needs a sharpen or something. But it just, I spend half my time fiddling with what it doesn't actually do properly. Right, let's give this a bit of ink. Again, this is one that you could write on both sides. It will stiffen up a bit once that glue is dry. It won't be quite so floppy. It's a little bit floppy at the moment. Oops. Stay where I put your sponge. Okay, so that can go in there. I'm not going to add anything else to that. Maybe a stamped word or something, but all my Christmas stamps are away in my studio. I didn't bring them out with me, so I won't do that now. So there'll probably be a little finishing work I do off camera. But I did also find a little box that says Christmas cutouts. Isn't that helpful? And this is a front of a card, little mini card I made. And then it's got little bits like from wrapping paper. And yep, these wee Santas are from wrapping paper that I've spent time cutting out. So maybe one of these. Oh, yes. That's literally perfect. So this is what I like to do with wrapping paper that has a design that's easy to cut out. But they just got lost in amongst the mess and forgot I had them. The red's different, but I don't mind it on this. So let's pop that on. So this kit from Creating with Jovi, it's called Vintage Christmas. All the links will be down in the description box. So do go and check her out. She has some really, really sweet kits. Really cute. And I just, this time, often I do the theme kits. But this time I thought, I want like just a collection of papers that I can play with and make different things with. So that's why I gravitated towards this kit for, this is actually for October. With going away for the funeral, I got behind. So this is actually October's design team project, not November's. But maybe it will do for both. I don't know. I'll have a talk with Jovi about that one. Okay, I think that one's done. So just a couple of little journal cards in there and decoration. So I'll probably do some words, stamping or something. Right, back to this one. So we've got this wee card here. And we've got these two pockets here. And I think, no, it doesn't quite fold in half. So I think backing that one. That, I think that's two. Ooh, actually it's just the right size, so I'm going to have to be careful where I place it. Ooh, I just saw this. Okay, I'm going to have to keep that. Love that little rocking chair. That's super sweet. Normally I check the backs of the pages, make sure there's no images I want to keep, but I didn't for that one, and I do like that rocking chair. So once the glue is dry, it'll be fine. We can pop that in one of my containers of images saved from books and magazines and stuff. Okay, let's see if we can get this lined up so it fits nicely. Just a slight trimming to do. Oops, that wasn't straight. Never mind. Right, bit of ink. So I'm not highly decorating everything because I think, there's some really cool features and I just want to make the most of those. And it's a good example, if you're short on time, of how you can make cute things with digitals without actually having to do a lot. If you want to do a lot, add more stuff, you absolutely can. Oops, I better do the back. Just doing it off camera because I'm getting quite a few sponge crumbs. You can, there's ways, if you've got lots of time, if you just feel in the mood to go all out, then absolutely go all out. But if you're short on time and still want to produce something cute, then digitals are a fantastic option. I feel like maybe I want to put something there. Oops. This has already got text, so that would be cute, but I don't want the peace on earth and then the Merry Christmas. Our lamppost is too tall. Could put a couple of the wee stockings on. I feel like it would be a shame to cut this into panels. What else? Do we have anything? I think these, no, that was other stuff in there. That was, I'd taken the Christmas stuff out. Oh, we've got this piece too that I cut out yesterday. What else have we got in here? We could actually use that just as is. Somewhere, not necessarily there. Oh, you're too tall, Santa, with your beautiful present. Got a little tree there. That's quite nice, isn't it? Let's go with the wee tree. Again, it's from the same paper as that Christmas ball that I put on the other piece, but I've just cut it out of the frame. So it hasn't got the frame on it, probably because it was already cut into on the paper. Right. So we've still got a little bit of writing room on the front, and then we've got the writing space on the back. So that can tuck in there. Now I want something for this other pocket. Just wondering whether I want to tuck that in. Oh, I like how they're poking out of, their heads are poking out of that pocket. So let's back that as well. And that can go in that front pocket, and it can have a couple of pieces in there. The grubby marks on the back from those sponge crumbs. Gosh, I'm getting hungry, and it is only 10 to 11. I should not be hungry right now. Probably haven't had enough to drink, so let me have a sip of my coffee. Needs more than a sip, it does, but that might help. I was in such a dither looking for my booklets to do the video, and I did have a sip of my coffee before I started the video, and then as I put it down, my fingers stayed in the handle as I pulled away, and so the coffee just sploshed everywhere. So I had to clean up my desk as well. Fortunately, I had very little on it at that stage, but yeah, I had to mop up coffee. So yes, that was part of my morning too. Haste makes waste, it really does. Speed is fine, but if you're hasty is less careful and more unthinking, and so that's what creates waste, because you end up doing things that you then have to remedy, like cleaning up spilt coffee or fixing something that you made and had a, didn't think it through properly beforehand. This is me speaking, do it all the time, because you're too hasty in doing a step or something and then realize that you've done it wrong. So it wastes time, essentially. Okay, let's pop you two lovely ladies in there. I like that. Just an extra bit of writing space. Dealing with those sponge crumbs, my goodness. Stay where I want you. Right, there. Okay, this one. What can we find to put on here? What about this lovely one? I think that should work. So I'll have 2 postcards in the back. So I got sausages out for dinner last night out of the freezer, and they are a home kill sausage. So I like to pre-boil them before we fry them up to get rid of some of the fat, or a lot of the fat, and just make them quicker to fry off, to brown them up. So I got those out of the freezer, and then I just got so busy working on my newsletter that I did not emerge from my office until I heard my hubby arrive home. And I was like, oh, I haven't done the sausages. So he ended up cooking tea. But tonight I am cooking tea. He's already, oh, it's too long. Darn. Can we take a little bit off? I think we can take a little bit off without much drama. So he already requested that I cook tea tonight because he's got some things he wants to do, and that's all good. Happy to do that. And so we're going to have nachos. So I've taken the mince out the freezer to defrost. Venison mince, yum yum yum. And we'll have nachos for dinner, so looking forward to that. It's not something we have a lot of, and we've recently taken to having them just a little bit more because we try not to eat too many carbs. And of course with the corn chips, there's a reasonable amount of carbs. But super yummy, easy to do, and very satisfying, and we get 4 meals out of it, so that's pretty good. Right. I don't think I'm going around the corners because I haven't done it on the other. Do need to back it. Shall we go for some grid paper? Oh, no, maybe we won't. Hang on, I'll be right with you. I really need to deal with my bin. Here we go, pharmacy bag. Let's chop this. Chop the bottom seam off. This would be a good one for in a signature, but I get them, so does my husband. We get them, we basically get 2 of these a month. One for him, one for me. So it's not like I'm going to run out. You know, never get any more. So let's just use it for our backing. I tend to keep hold of them and then I forget to put them in journals. So let's just use it. Use our supplies. Even if it is like a recycled paper bag, let's use it. And then, therefore, help deal with my overflowing bin just a little bit. Of course, I'm not going to be using the whole bag, am I? But never mind. It's the benefit of putting it in a journal, because you would put the whole thing in the journal and then you have dealt with the whole thing. But right now, I just need backing paper. That crease there should hopefully flatten out once it's glued down and popped in this wee piece of ephemera. Nice burnish. Oops. Try not to screw it up. So I'm backing a thin, this is only copy paper, thin paper with thin paper. So it's still not going to be super sturdy. but it's going to be lightweight, so perfect for mailing to somebody or popping into a journal without adding too much bulk. And when you're dealing with whatever paperweights, there's always that consideration between sturdiness and bulk of your journal. So there's never sort of like one answer for everything. It depends on what you want to achieve. And if you're making a journal and it's getting a little bulky, then you might want to consider using a thinner backing paper or something. If that's not an issue and you want it sturdy, then you could go cardstock if you wanted. But it's absolutely not necessary for cardstock. You could use layers of book page and then some writing paper on the back of that. Like literally whatever you want to use is fine and will affect the outcome. But sometimes that's the very reason we need to choose a certain product or weight of paper, because we want to add bulk or avoid bulk, or we want sturdiness because of the pocket or belly band it's going in or whatever. So just, I think experience too. Whoops, I didn't do the back. Experience of working with different materials, different papers, and you kind of get a feel for, yeah, this instance I don't mind if it's a bit thinner, or no, I want it a bit sturdier, so I need to look for something different. Right, I've got a little corner here that's not wanting to stay down, so tacky glue to the rescue. I think the others all look good. Right, and I think that's just really cute as is, so I'm just going to pop it in there. Don't even really notice that I've trimmed a little bit off each edge, and there's that one done. Cool, we've got one more to go and we're almost at time. So this one I had tags in mind for this one. So I'll scrap of paper with that. Yep, that would work just as a little narrow tag, but I think that's okay. This would actually be a writing side, so got this cool green. How about we make that the front and then pop something over top of that. Oops, sorry guys, wibble wobble. Hopefully you didn't get seasick or spin out. Just was not careful enough there. I've switched into hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. We're running out of time. But super satisfying to get basically 3 finished up if I can manage to get this last one done. Pat myself on the back because I got 3 completed on camera. Like, woohoo, go me. I'll toot my own horn. But as I've said before, I'm not the quickest crafter in the world. So I can take a moment to just appreciate that I got some stuff done, even with all that frustration at the beginning, which wasn't on camera, fortunately. I need to make tag shape. Let me make tag shape first before I bother inking all around. And then we'll find something for the front of this to decorate it up. Maybe a bit of book page actually on this one might, because it is quite busy, quite intense when you drop your sponge in your lap. So a bit of book page on that might just help tone it down a little bit. Or a bit of music. How about a bit of music? Yep, it can go there. I think I'll just give it a quick edge, not super dark, but just there. I haven't looked at the other two books I grabbed out. I don't want to take too much time, and I've ended up with glue caught there. I'm going to change my page because it's now got glue smeared everywhere. Can we quickly just see if there's something that would fit? So this is actually a music book. No, it's not. No, what am I talking about? It's like an instruction manual, but around Christmas. Like, this is gorgeous. I don't know how I would use it. That tree's a bit wide. It's actually Herod, but doesn't need, you know, doesn't need to be Herod on the tag. It could just be a king. Is that angel too wide? I suspect she is. Yes, she is. There's Mary and baby Jesus, again too wide, too wide. There's a shepherd, another very raggedy looking angel. It's got jandals on and a band-aid on his wing, or her wing. Here's a kangaroo. There's a little nativity. There's a wee tree. That could be cute. Three wise men, animals. Three wise men again. Oh, here's some cute angels. This one. I think this one. Sometimes it just pays to look and keep going until you go, oh, there. Right, I know I'm out of time. If you've had enough of watching or you don't want to see to the end, I completely understand. If you want to switch off or pause it, come back to it later when you've got the last few minutes, but I would really like to finish these up. So this is probably going to be a little longer than what I would like, probably than what you would like, but let's get this finished. We're almost there. I can smell the finish line. Smell the finish line, or can I see the finish line? Oh, that's funny. I don't know. What does this finish line smell like? Taste the finish line? It tastes like victory. Hear the finish line? Well, maybe that could be appropriate, you know, with the, if there's spectators, they could be cheering on because that's the finish line. It's like, you can make it, you're winning, come on. So you could hear the finish line, so to speak. I still don't know whether you can smell it. Definitely see it, you know, if you're getting that close, you can see the finish line, but I feel like it needs a little something underneath her. She'd be great to colour in too, but I'm not going to colour her in. What have I got that I could pop underneath? Maybe a little bit of this sweeter pattern. Just a little strip, almost like faux washi. That should be wide enough. Yep, let's pop that on. Want to wrap that around? Let's just wrap that bit around, just for fun. And I'm not going to ink around her because I don't want to dirty her up. And it will save a little bit of time. There you go. She's got something to stand on now. Sweet. I could save this job for afterwards anyway as well, but I've started, so. Right, there we go. That's one tag done. And there. I could do a topper, but I haven't got a lot of room there, so I'm just going to leave it. So we have just this back pocket. Oh goodness, we're over time. I think I'm going to have to leave it there because, yeah, we're just going to have to leave it. Otherwise, it will probably could be another 15 minutes, and I don't want to do that to you, my friends. So definitely I will have them on the thumbnail, and they'll also be on Instagram as well, so you will see them. So just a quick recap. There's this one. We've got almost finished. Just one more tag to go in there. We got close. And then we've got these two with a couple of things in the pocket there, and then a thing in each pocket there. And then this one with this really sweet, I love that image there as a journal card. And then this journal card from the kit in the back there. Super cute. I love them. I think they turned out really well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the project and were able to stick with me through to the end. Take care, my friends. I'll be back with something new tomorrow. Bye for now.